Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can watch us on YouTube and Rumble while following us on Facebook, or find us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcasts can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at consciousradionetwork.com for past episodes, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now. Enjoy the community. Subscribe or follow today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Good day, everybody, wherever you might be on the spaceship we call Earth. Welcome to Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. This is your host, Reverend Dr. Paul Meck, speaking. And if this is your first time, please click subscribe, like, share, comment, and also don't forget to listen wherever you listen to your podcasts. Today's guest is a powerful story of transformation from gifted athlete to corporate leader to a truth seeker on a mission for faith-based healing after a life-changing accident and a second wake-up call during the pandemic. He uncovered hard truths about the medical system that led him back to the ancient wisdom of the Bible. Now he helps others break free from fatigue, pain, and prescription dependency using natural, biblically rooted solutions, all while guiding people back to daily connection with God. This conversation is about healing, truth, and reclaiming purpose. Let's welcome to the seance for the first time, Rob Rene.
Hey, I'm excited to be here.
Blessings,
Yay!
brother.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And thank you. Thank you. Looking at your website, wow, you're busy.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on, which is a blast, right? I've been blessed with the opportunity to try to help people in a really unique way. So I'm excited to try to do that.
Definitely. Take us back. Tell us about the accident that changed everything.
Yeah, I've had this amazing, if I look back at my life now, and it's like I can see the orchestration of God throughout my life, which is crazy to me. But at the same point, I can see how he trained me to do what I'm doing today. I started off as a young athlete. I loved all sports, but running was just something that I was really excelled at. And so I ended up spending 10 years of my life dedicated to running. And one of the things that was really transformational in my story is I read a book about nutrition and how it impacted your performance. And that really changed me a lot because my competitors were eating hot dogs and hamburgers and I'm eating really healthy. And I was a distance runner. So at the end of the race, I always had extra energy and I was able to finish the race. And there was like, how does he always finish well? And I attribute that to my just understanding of how God made this body, right?
Yeah.
If you feed it the right things, you get the right energy, and it helped me perform. And that's a skill set that I didn't even realize I needed until later on in life. And I went back to that. But that accident was really interesting in respect that, man, I was on my way. I literally thought my goal in life at that point was to be a professional runner. And I was professional running at that time, 20 years ago or so, was really not a thing. But there were the school that I chose to go to. I got a full ride running scholarship to a Division I school, and they were a really good school. And I made the U.S. junior team, so I was like the second best miler in the country, and at the time. And then that winter, I was out training on a long training run in the winter. The snow, it was in Utah. The roads were slick and covered with ice, and we were out trying to do our 10-mile run. And halfway into that run, I turned around. My friend was running with me, and he jumped into the ditch and yelled my name. And I turned around, and all I could see was this 4x4 truck just sliding right towards me. And I had nowhere to go other than to say, I'm going to get hit. And it hit me and threw me 36 feet, and I landed straight on my face and literally almost died that day.
Wow.
That was I had actually multiple experiences with near death. And that was one of them. It was a really tragic one, and it really changed the whole direction of my life, right? I went from this athlete dedicated to my craft and trying to work hard and be a professional runner to then boom, it ending in an instant. And that was a really different transitional period of my life and really difficult for a period. And then I did what the world tells you to do, right? I went into the corporate, finished my degree, and I went into the corporate world and started working for a large corporation. And I got married and had 3 kids and bought the house with the white picket fence, all the things that the world tells you need to do, right? I did. Yeah. And I was pretty successful at that career. And then the pandemic hit, and boom, I call it the second truck. And those 2 trucks had just a ridiculously large impact on my life, but obviously totally 2 different ways.
Yeah, man. And now as far as when it comes to near-death experience, I've had one years ago. Luckily, only one.
Yeah, good for you.
And never any broken bones. That was interesting. I've been in a lot of accidents, but I've never had a broken bone. One near-death experience, or out-of-body experience. That's just unbelievable. Now, what did that experience? And it could be any one of them. You said you've had multiple. What was the most really? What did you see? What was your experience as far as like out of body experience?
Yeah, so I've actually done a lot of research on NDEs, and I don't call mine really an NDE because I didn't have an out of body experience with my near death experiences, because I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I just know that literally I just had another experience not even a month ago. It was my third one where I literally died on the operating table a month ago. And I survived that. And the circumstances to get me to that operating table and then to have me survive that it's a God thing. It really is. I cannot explain it any other way. Yeah. So it's just really interesting to me of my gosh, how he's using me and what he's doing in my life to train me to do these things, to have an impact. And it's like after this last one, so like you asked which one was the most impactful, and this last one was like the most impactful in the respect that it really solidified what I am to do. Yeah. I need to go make an impact on this world for people's faith and their health. That's what I really believe he has me on this earth for. And up until then, I was on a mission trying to help people with their health and faith, but it was more of a business mission rather than a true calling. And now I really believe that this is my calling. I am here to make an impact on the kingdom, and I'm just super excited about it. I think that all the things that have happened in my life have trained me to do exactly what I'm doing today. And I just really praying that I can help other people. I think that's why he has me here is, hey, you've gone through these difficult areas of your life and difficult problems, and you've overcome them. And guess what? Now I want you to go teach the world how to do the same thing. Because there's lots of people that are struggling with their faith, and a lot of people are struggling with their health. And I'm trying to get to help people through their health. If I can help people with their health, then maybe they'll entertain a conversation about faith. But that's fine, right? That's the way I want to do it. I don't want to be a pushy person to bang the Bible on someone's head and say, you need to read this. I want to have a conversation with people and let them know what I believe and why, but I want to start with their health, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything, right? You can't, if you're sitting on the couch, Netflixing and chilling and not doing anything else, then you're not doing anything to help this world. And I want to have people be healthy. And then when they're healthy, man, they can go out and make an impact, and they feel vibrant and they want to go do things. So I'm just super passionate about that now. So that's what I'm here to do. I want to help you get off the couch and get well. And then guess what? Let's go impact the world together.
Yeah. Yeah. To earth from the kingdom of heaven, my brother.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. Now, let's dive into Exodus Strong. And before we move forward is, for those who are watching can see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen, but where can people find it and what they can expect when they go to your website?
Yeah, Exodus Strong is phenomenal. It's like literally a God-created product. I was doing research after the pandemic. I saw the corruption in the medical field, and I started doing research on ways to help people. And I was doing research in the Bible and all the biblical ingredients in the Bible, and there's some great ones, but nothing that was like this extra special. Then I met this practitioner who had this molecular hydrogen blend. And what it does, I started research on molecular hydrogen, and hydrogen is the base element that God created. It's the smallest element in the world. It's like when he breathed into us the breath of life, he breathed the oxygen, hydrogen into the world and into us. And so anyway, just when I looked at what that does, and we did is we took the 7 best biblical herbs and superfoods that complemented that hydrogen, and we created Exodus. And it is just the most amazing product because it's helping people. We just did a really deep dive on how it's helping women over 40. And it literally, women over 40 have 5 different problems that their body has. Their cells are shrinking. What the water is in their cells is more difficult to do. They're having cognitive issues. They're having sleep issues. And this product is the only one on the market that helps with all 5 of those issues that women have. So it gives them vibrancy, it gives them energy, and it helps them sleep better. And it actually regenerates their cells at the cellular level with this hydrogen. So it's super exciting. So ExodusStrong.com is the website, and it is a lot of men use it. The reason why we created the product was a problem. I had a heart issue, and my heart was beating slow. Yeah. And so in the afternoon, I would crash at 2:00. I had to take a nap. I just wasn't getting enough oxygen in my body. And then with this Exodus product, I don't need to take those afternoon naps anymore. It literally gives me the energy and all naturally sustained energy that just takes me through the day without energy drink or even caffeine. I was doing 4-shot lattes in the afternoon just to stay awake. And now I don't need that anymore. It's an incredible product, incredible solution that I believe is God created. And we include a prayer guide that goes along with every single product because we want people to engage their multiple senses, your eyes to read it, your mouth to declare it, right? The Bible tells you there's power in the tongue, and your mind is so powerful. There's so much research now about how if you can control your mind, can control your body, like physically. This is really awesome. So if you can combine that whole mind, body, spirit connection, you can pray for healing, and guess what? Maybe the Lord will heal you, which would be great, right? But if you can engage your eyes and your mouth and your ears, and then you take our supplement, which helps inside the body, that you're using 4 out of your 5 God-given senses to help you with your problems or issues or your energy. And so it's just a super cool product, and it's already impacting thousands of people's lives, and I believe it's going to impact millions. Our goal is to get 1 million new people to read the Word through their health. And so we're on our way to get towards that goal.
Yeah. And the power of prayer. It seems like over time, and I'm sure not as many people do it now as used to. I always grew up saying grace and saying prayer before we ate anything, even a drink of water. You take a drink of water, you say a prayer. It's the intention,
right?
Now bring God's word in, and the intention of it. You bring His energy into it for healing.
It's super powerful. It's super powerful. And people just don't realize that, and they don't utilize it near enough. So one, just educate people on that. It's like I did research on, I don't know if you've ever heard of Dr. Emoto and his experiments with water, right? And rice and things he did. It's just so phenomenal. Literally what you intend and what you actually speak have physical impacts on external things. And when you realize that our bodies have this energy field and energy system, and you can give off good energy and you can receive good energy. You can give off bad energy. You can receive bad energy. We're working with frequency medicine on how to do healing and not maybe just healing, but symptom relief with just frequencies. And I think there is some healing aspects to a lot of things that people across this world are doing with frequencies. And so we're trying to combine these ancient just medicines. Like, and we call it modern, like frequencies we think of as modern because it's a weird term. When I first heard of frequency, I'm like, what the heck is a frequency? But it's like everywhere, right? Their cell phones we use are frequencies, the radio is a frequency, sound and color are frequencies. And so you realize that those aren't weird. And then you can realize, like Dr. Emoto showed, that your prayers can have an impact on something externally, and your intentions, like you mentioned, can have something on it. And then you research the mind and how powerful your mind is, and you combine the intentions with the mind with your prayers, and you can just become such a better human being by combining those things. And so I love to help people with that. And I love helping people with simple stuff like grounding, right? Getting your feet on God's given earth and how it recharges your energy system. I didn't believe in any of this stuff. I thought that was hocus pocus. I really did. And the more research I'm doing, I'm like, wow, God made us this incredible temple. This temple is awesome, and it's built to heal itself. So if we can give it the right nutrients and we can do the right things to this body, he's already put all the things we need on this earth. And that, man, but we're having a difficult time because our food is compromised. 70% of our food is ultra processed food.
Yeah.
Our nutrients just aren't there. And man, you have to work at getting the right nutrients and the right hydration in the body. But if you can take care of this temple, we only have one of them. We have to take care of it. And if you don't take care of your temple, you're going to live a miserable life. And I want to help people. Let's go live a fun life. Let's go enjoy life. Let's go have an impact on the world. And by doing that, I want you to get healthy. When you get healthy, you're going to be energized to go make an impact.
Yeah.
Our products, Exodus, is an awesome way to help with that. But let's just do some simple stuff that are free. You don't need to buy a product to go ground, right? Go drink enough water to hydrate. Things like that.
Yeah. Now, some of these ancient secrets, these are like, without giving away secrets, all these ingredients are in the Bible. They're said here and there. It's just we've lost our way and we're not reading between the lines, or we're just skipping over them. They're there.
There's 30 plus or more herbs and superfoods are mentioned in the Bible. But what we took when I found out the awesomeness of hydrogen and how molecular hydrogen can help from your cellular level inside your bloodstream, it acts as a master antioxidant, or some people call it a selective antioxidant. So it'll go get rid of the free radicals in your bloodstream, which are the bad things, the things you don't want around. And it helps the mitochondrial process, which is your mitochondrial process is the energy system in your body. And it helps that work more efficiently. So it gets rid of the bad stuff and helps the good stuff do well. And so it's just an amazing, just base component. And then we're like, hey, that's awesome. But why don't most people are missing the nutrients that they need. So we took barley grass and wheatgrass, which give you really good nutrients for the day. So you don't need to take that green shake that you make that they want you to do just to get nutrients, because you're not getting it in your food supply. So we wanted to say, hey, let's make it simple. And then we added saffron. Oh my gosh, saffron is such an amazing product. It's like it's more expensive than gold. It's such a great product. But the neat thing about it is it helps with your mood and stress, but it also helps with that water component I was mentioned. With women's cells, they start shrinking because of the water. If they're going through menopause, their cells are shrinking, and the water consumption, their cells are having a harder time processing water. And so saffron is amazing help at that. It literally helps them for their cells produce and use the water like it should. And so that's three of them: barley grass, wheatgrass, and then saffron. And then you take aloe, and aloe is amazing for gut health.
Yeah.
And then there's actually hundreds of benefits of aloe too. We talk about gut health with our product. And then cumin, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh have some amazing anti-inflammation properties. It helps with inflammation response in a lot of people's bodies. And those are the things that molecular hydrogen does as well. So you add both 1 + 1 = 3, right? You take the hydrogen, you take the biblical supplement, and you're doing triple of what it would do without it. So it's just super cool when you look at the combination of those 7 herbs that we picked that kind of enhance what molecular hydrogen does. And that's why we call it ancient secrets, is because they are all mentioned in the Bible, and we specifically notate them where it is, so you can go research it yourself. But the fact that we're going to give people the right nutrients that they need and help them with the cellular flow of the water intake that we need, and then help with the stress response. Who isn't stressed out these days, right? With all the things that are going on. And then to actually get rid of the bad stuff within your cells and help your blood do what it's supposed to do is amazing. The mitochondrial little engine inside all of us is a process that just degrades as we age. And so if we can revive that and get that healthy, then you're going to feel so much better. That's why some people will take this product and within a half an hour, they start feeling better. I think that's a combination of the nutrients that are in the product, but then that molecular hydrogen is great. And then literally, if you take it for 60, 90 days, it's proven that your bloodstream, your blood cells recycle over that period of time. So if you can clean it with good molecular hydrogen for that period of time, then after 90 days, you're going to have really clean blood.
Wow.
It's just super awesome. So it's great to have help right away, but it also helps you over time. So that's why we're so pumped about this product. It's really helping people in a dramatic way.
Man, we'll definitely have to. Definitely have a quick chat after our recording.
Sounds great.
Now, in today's grocery stores, like you just mentioned earlier, I feel most of the food is poisoned.
It is.
There's
Yeah.
so many chemicals,
Yeah.
processed, artificial dyes, artificial colors, artificial flavors, and you've got these other ingredients in there like texturizing agents and this and that. There's more of this crap in foods than the actual food itself.
Yes.
What's actually been.
Yeah.
What's your thought? What is a good point to give our audiences when they walk into the grocery store? How would you shop?
Yeah, you got to stick to the outside of the. This is the recommendation that that I like to give, and what I've heard other people talk about is stay on the outside of the supermarket, because all of the Whole Foods, they're always on the outside of the. As soon as you go inside, it's just you get all this crap. And literally, when I was doing research on the medical cartel, as I call it, we look at what happened with the tobacco industry, and all of the scientists who are working in the tobacco industry went into the food industry. And guess what they did? They developed foods, and this is proven. You can go research this, but the scientists have created these foods that are addictive. And the foods are addictive, but they're not healthy. Man, like those Fritos, right? And you get Doritos with the orange stuff on your hands. That stuff is great, man. But you take one, you gotta have more, right? Just like your body just naturally wants it more, and they literally did that on purpose. It was brilliant from a marketing perspective, because they've got this product that's out there that people love and they want more of it. But guess what, man? What it's made of, it's just horrible. It's just bad for your body. And so I really try to teach people that, one, organic is so important, and we just need to get back to as close to the farm as we can. Because the further away you get from the farm, the more it's processed, and then the more chemicals they have to put on those things to preserve them, that by the time it gets to your grocery store, even it might be an apple that's at the grocery store, but maybe the soil where it was built has been destroyed, which a lot of our soil is being really compromised. And then the apple you're getting doesn't have the nutrients that our grandma and grandpa apples, and it's really bad. So anyway, I really preach get closer to the farm as you can. Go to the local farmers market and get your foods, as many as you can, and to start doing nutrients that are whole nutrients and whole foods. Because like you said, you look at the ingredient list and it's 25 or 30 different things. You need to have them only where you can understand them. If you can read the ingredients list and there's 3 or 4 ingredients there and the things that you can understand, that's probably a good product, right, that you can eat. And then just one thing that really fascinated me too is sugar. I didn't realize how sugar is literally a poison. And it's really frustrating to me. There's natural sugars that come with fruits and stuff like that aren't as bad, but the refined sugar is literally a poison, and it's addictive, and it's really bad for your body. So if you can get rid of refined sugars, that's one step. That's right. It can really be important to just get rid of refined sugars, and there's no reason to have them, even though they taste great. I understand there's lots of different things that you look at trying to avoid sugar. It's not easy. It's hard to do. No. It is hard to do.
And staying away from the wrong types of grain. The wheat that is in a lot of products now is not the real wheat. It's so processed.
Yeah, and dwarf wheat now is what they call it, which is just totally.
And the thing is that it turns into sugar too when your body metabolizes it, and it's not good, especially for those who are diabetic. Definitely no.
Yes, diabetes is just going through the roof, right? And it's because of these factors that we're talking about, right? Food is bad, the wheat is bad. Trying to get off of sugar is really difficult and hard to do. But man, I tell you what, if you can really be cognizant of that and just start doing small things, you don't have to do a wholesale change, right? Start doing one thing at a time, and then you're going to start feeling better, and then you're going to say, oh yeah, I guess I should start eating foods that are a little more healthy and or closer to the farm. And you can just start doing that. And if you can transform your habits there, it's going to be a major transformation in your body. And those are things that you're going to spend the money anyway on food. So why don't you take a little bit of time and try to look at the source of that food and try to get as close to the farm as possible. But some people complain that, that's too expensive, but and organic foods are too expensive. But yeah, is that really expensive? If as you continue to eat the way you're eating, you're going to be in the hospital, right? And you're going to have all these health issues. You're going to get diabetes and things like that. They're going to be way more expensive than if you just tried to find some good, healthy foods.
And I've been aware too, seeing the habit of doing it. And I'm not sure if it's just here in the United States, but I'm sure other countries are catching up to us. But we eat too much.
Yeah.
People
our
realize they
portions are this
gorge.
big, right?
Yeah. It's, oh my God. Eyes are bigger than the stomach. And you just eat and eat, and you feel awful.
Right.
Whether it's healthy or not, it's just you feel awful. And you don't really, and eating slow. And I've learned this from the monks in Cambodia. I hung out with the monks in Angkor Wat.
But that was amazing.
That was amazing. And I'm asking them questions, their diet, their eat, and they said, yep, they bless each meal. They eat very small bits, and they eat slow, as though they're praying and saying mantras as they're taking in the food. And then they're not, and they're full. You don't have to eat as much.
Yeah, it's amazing. It takes a while for your brain to catch up with your stomach, right? So you think you're hungry, and so you keep eating, and you way overeat, and then guess what? Then by the time you're really done, your stomach is hurting, and your body's processing all this extra food that it really didn't need. And you're right. If you can just slow down, take extra bites, get things more refined before you put them into your stomach. That helps too. A little bit slower, a little bit smaller. And then, man, you just eat 5 meals a day, but eat small meals. And that's so much better for you than how we've grown up as the breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? My wife would say it's supper, it's not dinner. Okay, but geez, if you can just eat a snack and eat healthy snacks and just have those throughout the day, you're not going to gorge on that big meal that you end up doing at the end of the day because you haven't taken care of yourself during the day. By the evening time comes around, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and you eat way too much, way too late, and then it ends up affecting your sleep. And then you don't sleep well, and then you just gets into this bad cycle. But those things can be overcome if you just start being cognizant of and aware of those, and then just start making small little changes. And that's why I love to work with people on. Hey, let's get you the nutrients that your body needs. That's why we use Exodus as the foundation. And then just have those 5 things that I love to tell people. It's like the hydration, right? Getting some vitamin D, getting some sun, and then doing breathing techniques. There's breathing techniques that are just that's free, 100% free. And if you do them, it's proven that you can add years to your life. Right. So why would you not do that? You're going to breathe anyway. And so why don't you breathe? Then the grounding thing I mentioned, get your feet on the God's given earth that recharges your energy. And then just start looking at the nutrients you are putting in your body. Try to get them as close to the farm as possible, and organic as you can. And man, if you just make those 5 changes, you don't have to do all of them at once. If you just start doing those 5 things, they're free. And you can just transform your health in a major way. So I'm on a mission. I want people to understand, let's do some of those, right? Let's do 1 or 2 of them, right? Then you'll get excited and you'll start incorporating exercise, right? Because exercise is very important to this whole process. You need to move. And so just certain things that are obvious. But if you look at the Americans today, you look at a picture from the beach in 2025 versus a picture in the beach from the 60s, it's absolutely scary how big our population has gotten. So
obese.
And we can. So
exactly. And you wonder, it's like, where did we get lost? It's like, what in the corporations? It's all these food corporations. Exactly. And I tell people too, like you said, when it comes to breathing, doing one step at a time. But breathing is so important. Some of my studies too, I realized that we're all guilty of it. We don't breathe correctly.
Right.
We do not breathe correctly. And when you start to be conscientious of your breathing, you start to realize throughout the day, we are very shallow breathers. We don't breathe in enough oxygen, and we're depriving our body of one of the most important components.
That's right. It's the good old oxygen that we need that. And it's those exercises. You do love Wim Hof, right? WIMHOFF. If you go look at some of his breathing techniques, they're super simple Takes us 7 minutes to do. And
Yeah.
he recommends people when you first start them that you sit down, because when you start doing them, when you haven't done them for a
You
while,
get
you
lightheaded.
get so much oxygen, you get lightheaded. It's like your body's all, woo! All you're doing
Yeah.
is breathing. It's like so crazy. But
That's
when
and
you,
that, yeah, and that's why deep meditations too. That's how you get into meditation,
right,
is
is
those
doing
deep
those breathing
in
techniques.
breaths, and that's when your body starts to just naturally go into that calm.
I love it.
It's like,
Yeah.
ooh, I
Yeah.
like Wim Hof, especially his cold dips, his
Yeah. Yeah.
chill,
Cold
the
plunging
chill
is
pulls.
is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. If you see this little sign about here behind me, it's called Biohackingville. I'm building a community site that's going to have all these tips and tricks and all these things that you can do with biohacking, like you mentioned, cold plunge and red light therapies and all these great things, because God did make our bodies amazing, and we can do certain things to help the longevity of our lives if we learn how to do that. So I'm building this community. It's going to have a lot of stuff in there. It's going to have a lot of stuff on integrative oncology. Cancer is such a pervasive problem in our world, and I'm battling through an actual battle right now. I've got stage 3 melanoma, and
Wow.
I'm winning the battle. My tumors are shrinking, and I'm excited about teaching people how to do what I did. And so
Have you ever heard of SCACT?
I don't think so.
Check into that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. My mother has been taking it, and there's
Okay.
been a lot of testimonials on those with stage 4, all kinds of, from prostate to, they're all different types of cancers where it starts to naturally
Nice.
shrink the
Awesome.
cells and stuff
Awesome.
like that.
I've learned a ton about a lot of different remedies, and so that's what I'm trying to collect. So I love it. And
Yeah.
thank you very much for doing that.
You're welcome.
Give it to me. We'll put it in the repository, because
Yeah.
that's the idea, right? There's so many different things that God put on this earth and that people know how to do, but guess what? We're not going to learn about most of those because it's not part of the money system. The big pharma. If we mess with big pharma's money, they're not happy. But hey, if we can be good stewards of what the information that we do learn, and we can try to help other people with it, and that's why I think I'm so passionate about what's going on with my life, is I'm winning this battle and I want to help other people win it as well. And I realized when I started researching that, oh my gosh, it's really hard to find good information because they've hidden it and they've suppressed it. We need to change that.
Yeah. And me and Conscious Radio Network is here for you. We're
Awesome.
here. Well, definitely. I take a vow right now to help spread the word of Exodus Strong. We're here to support you anyway.
I'm excited. I think I'd love to work with you. It'd be a lot of fun. I think we could do a lot of great things together.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all about going back to nature, back to nature of what God intended us to be and how to live.
That's right.
And
you look back and the people were not wearing shoes. The shoes they had were very basic, and it's just so many things where we're just not living. Our feet were on God's given earth for a lot of period, and just structure our lives where we're inside all the time, and our feet never get out there. So you have to buy a $5,000 grounding mat to put on your desk at work. This was $5,000 when all I had to do is go outside and put my feet on the grass. Yeah. Let's go put our feet on the grass and save us $5,000. So that's what I want to teach people to do. Is yes, some of these biohacking things are really cool, and those grounding mats are great. But guess what? You can do that same thing for free. Just go outside, get your feet on the dirt, right?
Yeah. There's so many products out there. When you look into it, you be like, okay, I get the theory, I get it. But then, when you look at the cost, you're like, what?
I know, it's amazing. Yeah. Some of these machines, or even the hydrogen machines to make hydrogen, they're thousands of dollars. And holy smokes! We've gotten this hydrogen capability within these capsules that are less than $1 or $2 a day, right? So it's just like really inexpensive. And if you do that, it's going to help you in such a dramatic way. So I'm just super passionate about, let's get things to be reasonable for people and simple, that things people will actually do. That's why we include the nutrients and stuff with it, where you can, instead of doing 5 things, you can do 1, right? And then guess what? You add the breathing, you add the sun, you get some of that vitamin D in your body, and you get enough hydration, and just you do the grounding, and man, you're going to start feeling so much better. And then you're going to get this body working the way God intended. I have a podcast that I interview holistic practitioners quite a bit, and they all talk about your health starts in your gut. So if you can get your gut healthy, then guess what? And you give it the right nutrients, then your organs, your heart and your liver and everything starts working the way it's supposed to work. And then when those start working the way they're supposed to work, your body starts healing, right? And it's all God doing that, right? God gave you the body, and you're just giving God's system that He built us would give it the right nutrients and the right love. And when you give your body the right love and nutrients, it starts healing itself because that's the way He designed it. It's just so fascinating.
That and with the gut, everything starts in the gut.
Yeah.
Like fermented foods. Going with fermented food stuff that it's healthy. Rebuilding. I think everybody has a bad gut.
Yeah.
Look at all the hormones and stuff that they put in. I don't eat beef or pork. And the reason is because of the hormones and the antibiotics that they add to a lot of the meats.
Yeah.
That'll kill your gut biome.
In a heartbeat.
And that's why everybody's got a sour stomach most of the time is because those antibiotics are killing your gut biome.
Yeah, you see all the problems people call leaky gut, right? And that leaky gut is something you never ever heard of, and all of a sudden now you start hearing it all the time. It's just like because people they're realizing that they've got a problem where their bodies are not absorbing the nutrients that they need because it's just all washing straight through it. And man, if you can figure out how to get that gut healthy, and then you're going to start doing so much better. Things are going to start functioning well. It's going to be the person that you were when you were younger, right? I look at myself when I was younger. Right? I was an athlete. I was exercising and running all the time. I was in amazing shape. And then I through my sales career that I mentioned, I got addicted to alcohol. I was drinking alcohol every day for 20 years. I did that. I'm 7 years sober now. I'm so excited about that. That was a huge battle that I won. And now I can help people do that. I can say, hey, guess what? I went through a lot of trials in my life. I got hit by trucks. I've almost died 3 times. I was addicted to alcohol. And guess what? I got through all of that, and I can help you do it too. So I just want to be an inspiration to people that, hey, I'm a broken person. I sinned, and I have sinned, and I know that. But guess what? I've also learned a lot of lessons along the way, and let's work together, and let's get healthy, and let's go make an impact on the world, and then we're going to have a lot of fun together, just having a positive impact on people's lives.
And this is going to be a big collective healing thing too, because I think a lot of these disorders that have from autism to ADD, ADHD to the list probably goes on and on. And all these disorders are related to our diet and can be corrected.
Yeah, it all starts there, and that's what I'm so fascinated with the MAHA movement. And it's not a political thing; it's just make America healthy again.
Yeah,
the basis of that is awesome because they did research recently that talked about how many doctors how much education they do on nutrition. They go through 12 years of schooling, and they have one class that is an elective. That's an elective, so they don't even have to take it on nutrition. And so they're not taught that, gosh, what you put into your body helps your body function the way it's supposed to be. So I just love that there are people that are realizing that. And now they're working to make sure that all of our medical schools have a foundation of nutrition. And that's just so great because our whole pyramid that we grew up on is totally bass backwards.
Oh yeah.
Right? The food industry totally flopped that and gave us this pyramid that's just absolutely wrong. And it's not helping anybody. And so it's just when we start learning about nutrition and how your body does work, and like you said, let's get rid of all these antibiotics that are in things, and let's get meats that are untainted, and let's do herbs and
pasture raised,
grass
or wild grass fed. Yep.
Yeah, those are really important things that I used to just laugh at. It's silly, but I used to laugh at those going, oh, come on, give me a break. Just give me the cheaper one. That's what I used to do because I wasn't educated. And now that I've learned about it, I was like, oh, no. Now look what I did to my body for so many years. Yeah. Now I'm in this process of just detoxifying of all that stuff and learning how to do it well and right. And man, the transformation of my health is just improving dramatically. And I'm going to win this cancer battle. And it's going to be fun to go out and show people, say, hey, I started off, look at me, I was 240 pounds. Now I'm 175. And I am so much more healthy. And it's because I did all these things, right? And this is what I've done. And this is how you can do it too. I met this amazing man on a podcast. And he told me about this new solution, right? That his mom's using. And look at, here, go use this. So I'm just collecting all this amazing information. And want to be a beacon of just bounce off to me to help other people.
Yep. I refuse to be a slave to dependency on the medical and pharmaceutical mafia. That's what they are.
They
It's
are.
like they're dealers of not hope. They're covering up symptoms. They're not curing anything. They're not making us healthy.
No,
And it's just, it's sad
it is sad.
where,
And
yeah,
the bad thing is it took the pandemic for people to realize that. And I'll be honest, it took the pandemic for me to understand. I get it. And there's lots of people that still are just deceived and they don't understand. But
yeah,
now that once you see certain things, you can't unsee them. And so
got that
now
right.
that I know all of this information and how true it really is, that's an obligation now that I've got to go help people understand it. Because once you do, it's, oh my gosh, they're not there to help you. And I love the doctors and nurses that are out there because they weren't given the right tools. Like I said, in their medical school, they weren't giving the ability to learn about nutrition. That wasn't important to the people that are doing what we're doing. And they did it for a reason, to be
Yeah.
honest. They
Yeah.
don't want us to get healthy. They want us to stay on these pharmaceutical drugs. And I did research back in the early 1900s when our medical schools were taken over by the Rockefellers. And
Yeah.
that's what really
I
got
was
me.
about to
Oh
bring
my
that
God.
up. I was about to bring that
Yeah.
up about our public education was started by the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, and
Yeah.
then they ended up starting to get into the whole pharmaceutical industry and
Right.
started building all that. So it's
Yeah.
whoa.
The reason they did that because you could patent the actual pharmaceutical drugs, and so they only taught pharmaceutical based medicine in their medical schools. And
Yeah.
the only way you could be AKA a doctor is if you went through their medical schools. And so when you learn that and you see the progression of our medical system, you see how they just did a ridiculously good job of transitioning our whole healthcare system, and that's why it's so broken today. Is they did a really masterful job of it, but you look at the results. I think right now in America, you look at all the industrialized nations, and we're the worst healthcare system of all industrialized nations, and we spend way more money than anybody else. So it's pathetic,
Yeah.
and because we're not there to help people at the core. So that's what I'm super passionate about. And I want to build, as part of this biohacking, build this community of holistic practitioners who know all of this information that can just help people. Just met with an amazing doctor yesterday morning. Hey, I'm doing all these neat things and creating these things and helping people, and he just needs people to know who he is, right, and find him. And so I just want to be that collector of people that says, hey, here's all these amazing things that are going to help you, but guess what? You need extra help. You get some big problem that you need in your life, then guess what? Here's a resource of 10 people you can try to connect with, and just try to connect with some. And now with this telehealth where we can do things like this, right? You can get people on Zoom. I can connect somebody in Timbuktu to a practitioner in Timbuktu, and they can have a conversation, right? And the doctor can help them remotely and just make a huge difference where you don't need to go to a facility a lot of times, right? There's lots of things that they can do just remotely to help people. So I just want to be this kind of conduit. Just let's get people who are hurting and need help, and let's get the right practitioners that can help them with things. And so I'm super excited about it. I'm going to a dinner tonight with some amazing doctors and CEOs of some nutritional organizations, and it's just fun because they have a heart really to help people in a grassroots.
I think a lot of doctors are starting to wake up. They're starting to realize, whoa,
yeah,
I'm violating my Hippocratic oath. I need to move out and into something that's actually helping the people.
Yeah, a lot of that is happening, and so it's awesome. So the good news is, I think we're on a good path. We were headed down into the really dark, deep trenches of our healthcare world, and I think that people are now. The pandemic did a really good service to the world from one perspective, is it woke people up to that fact. It was really tragic and it was really horrible and did a lot of bad things, but you realize, one, how corrupt our system is, and we can go down lots of rabbit holes with that. But without doing that, just understanding that, okay, now people are realizing that your health care is up to you and you can take control of your health. And there's so much good information out there. There's also a really lot of bad information out there. Most of these AI tools are trained on all of Big Pharma's information. So you go do research on how to do something, and they're going to tell you the Big Pharma way to do it. So that is also a problem because people are expecting to get this great information, and it may be great information, but they've been trained on the wrong information.
Yep.
You have to be really careful about where you get your information from, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Hey, let's just be a place where people can go and find some good information that's not tainted by money and big pharma, and that we can just be a resource for people to transform their health. And then guess what? I had a major transformation from a faith-based perspective. As I was a Christian my entire life, but when the pandemic hit and I went through this, it's like I started reading the Bible every day. And I really transformed from a religion to a relationship.
Yeah.
And now I have a relationship with God, and I have this amazing desire for his word, an amazing desire to help people understand how important that message is. And so I'm excited about that. But I took a world religions course in college. And that was probably one of the neatest things I ever did, because it really opened my eyes up to all the different faiths across the world. And yes, I believe in the Bible, and I believe there's lots of reasons why, and we can have that discussion. But I understand that there's lots of other people that believe in lots of other things, and I'm okay with that. And I want to just have the discussion, right? Instead of being the person that says, "Oh, my way is the right way," and I'm going to bash this thing over your head until you understand. You're never going to help people that way. I want to go with an open heart.
You got to allow people to accept it.
It
takes time. For some people, it can take time. It's about the message.
Right. And how you're delivering that message. If you're delivering the message in a really condescending and prideful way, it's not going to help anybody anywhere. Jesus spent a lot of time with sinners and prostitutes and people that are like, how can you be hanging around those people? That's because he was just being himself. And that's the way he was able to transform those people, was by just being real. Yeah. Jesus was a real person and acted real, and he didn't offend those people. He just had the conversation with them, and he shared the truth, the life, and the way. So anyway, just lots of fun.
Heck yeah. So before we wrap up, what do you have to offer as a takeaway, some words of wisdom for our
So those words of wisdom, I want to just let you know that God has, if you woke up today and have breath in your lungs, which I pray that you do, because you're still here with us, but by the fact that you do, he has a plan for your life. So I want you to understand that, because it's okay, right? If you're in whatever situation you're in today, it's okay. But God does have a plan for you, because you're still alive. So guess what? Let's just start making use of that and realizing that, okay, what is that plan? Then start trying to uncover what that plan is for you. I am so excited because I know my path now and why and what I'm doing. And I want that for you. And you can get there. It took me a long time to get there and figure it out. But you can do that. If you have breath in your lungs, he can do that. And I would love to give your audience a free gift of even a travel pack of my Exodus supplement. If you go to exodusstrong.com/free, you can just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll send you a travel pack, 6 capsules. You can try it, right? But if you want to spend $10, you can buy 2 of them, right? You get 2 travel packs, or you can buy a bottle, right? If you want. And so I want to just get it in people's hands, because I know it's really transformational. And hey, let's just try to get people out there and get it to them as inexpensive as we can, and get people started. And when they start it, they're going to like it, and that's going to spread like crazy. We're working with some really large organizations who are putting our product into their market, and you're going to see Exodus everywhere in 12 months.
Nice.
So you should try to take a look at it now.
Heck yeah. Amen, brother. Amen.
I appreciate you.
Pleasure. And and stay in touch. And also, a quick word after we get off here. But
fantastic.
Anyway, thank you again, and keep us updated on the products and the mission as well.
We'll do. We'll have to come back and let you end on the details of biohacking. There's some great things going on with that. It'll be a lot of fun.
Maybe possibly do another episode and
here you go.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
That'll be amazing.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Amen. And thank you. Blessings. And thank you, everybody, for watching Conscious Radio Network's The Seance Podcast. And until next time, we'll see you then.